He lived a normal life, until this was found on his hard drive. It began like any ordinary apartment clearance. After 58-year-old Daniel Whitaker passed away from a sudden heart attack, his niece, Sarah, was left to sort through his modest belongings in his small Nashville apartment. Daniel had lived alone most of his life. No spouse, no children, just a quiet job in IT and a reputation for being polite, if somewhat distant. Sarah expected boxes of tax documents, software manuals, and maybe some embarrassing bachelor keepsakes. But what she didn't expect was an old, dust-covered external hard drive tucked in a drawer beneath a stack of yellowed mail. She plugged it in out of curiosity. There were no folders. Just one single file, project_lucid.exe. Opening it launched a black screen. Then static. Then video. The screen displayed grainy night vision footage of what looked like an underground corridor, cement walls, fluorescent lights flickering overhead. A timestamp ran in the lower left corner. The date read October 13, 2009, 3:17 a.m. A man appeared on screen. The camera followed him from behind, his gait slow, shoulders tense. At one point he paused to look up at a door labeled Room 107. He opened it. Inside was a small, windowless room. On the floor sat a young girl. She couldn't have been more than 10. Her clothes were dirty, her eyes unfocused. She didn't look up. The man slowly stepped toward her, said something inaudible. The screen glitched violently. When the image stabilized, the girl was standing now, face just inches from the camera. And then she smiled. But it wasn't a child's smile. It was wrong. Stretching far too wide, her lips trembling, eyes unblinking. Static. Sarah slammed the laptop shut, her hands shaking. She was sweating. What the hell had she just watched? She brought the drive to the police the next day. Initially, they seemed disinterested. But after the footage was reviewed by their cybercrime division, the tone shifted. Quietly. 2 days later, she was contacted by Agent Michael Keene from the FBI's Behavioral Analysis Unit. He asked to meet. In a sterile federal office, he played the video again, this time on a larger screen. What you saw, Keene said, pausing the video at the girl's face, matches footage recovered in an unrelated case. Different time. Different state. Same room. Same child. Sarah was stunned. So, what is this? Keene exhaled slowly. We don't know. Digging deeper into Daniel's digital footprint revealed things no one in his family knew. He hadn't just worked IT, he'd been freelancing for private contractors specializing in data obfuscation. In plain terms, helping people erase or disguise digital traces. One of his most consistent clients, traced through payment logs, was a now-defunct research facility in Nevada. Its name, Lucid Systems Initiative. It had shut down in 2011. Officially for budget reasons. Unofficially, it had been linked to several whistleblower claims about consciousness mapping, deep sleep labs, and one vague report citing nonverbal child subjects demonstrating pattern breaks during REM cycles. Daniel had been hired, it seemed, to wipe files connected to their trials. But for some reason he kept one. As federal agents searched Daniel's apartment more thoroughly, they found 3 other drives hidden behind the drywall in his bedroom closet. Each contained hours of footage, all in the same style. Surveillance, sleep studies, children alone in white rooms. One clip showed a girl drawing figures on the wall in charcoal, looping spirals, vertical lines, strange symbols that resembled ancient runes. In another, a boy screamed at something just off-screen, yelling in a language no one could identify. None of the children were named. There were no logs, no observers, no spoken dialogue. Just the endless hum of electric light and the quiet, inescapable sense that these children weren't being studied, they were being watched. But it was the metadata hidden in the project_lucid.exe file that led to the most terrifying revelation. Embedded in its code was a GPS coordinate. A real one. It pointed to a wooded area 80 miles outside Las Vegas. A search team was dispatched. What they found there changed everything. Beneath a rusted metal hatch in the forest floor was a staircase leading down. The structure was long abandoned, partially collapsed from disuse. But several doors remained intact. One of them bore a faded, peeling sign. Room 107. Inside was a cot, the plastic mirror, and on the wall, childlike scratches of those same strange spiral symbols. No trace of the girl, or anyone else. Just one object, placed in the center of the floor. A camera. Still recording. The last video captured on its card? A man walking into the room. It was Daniel. And he was smiling, not like himself, like someone else. DNA analysis confirmed what no one expected. The girl from the video wasn't on any missing persons registry. She didn't exist. Facial recognition software failed to return a match. Age progression software couldn't model her forward. It was as if she'd been generated, not born. Then came the final blow. In the footage where the girl smiles, when the contrast was raised and the video stabilized, you could see something reflected faintly in her pupil. A screen, showing a live feed. From Daniel's apartment. The implication was chilling. The footage on the drive hadn't just been from room 107. It had been to somewhere else. A message. A warning. Or a window. Closing narration. Daniel Whitaker lived a quiet life. Paid his taxes. Went to work. Smiled at his neighbors. But behind the walls of his apartment, something darker festered. A secret not even he fully understood. One that connected him to a forgotten facility, missing children who never officially existed, and surveillance footage that defied time and logic. And now, those videos are locked away in federal evidence. But questions still remain. What was Lucid Systems really trying to build? Who, or what, was that girl? And how many more Daniels are out there, living normal lives, until something on their hard drives reveals the truth?